Hey, I'm Daniel Ferris. I'm doing my first vlog. I also have a blog. I'll link in the description or whatever. I'm doing this because a lot of weird shit's happened to me lately, and I'm just trying to keep track of it all. It started with my best pal Tony Heliason.
Hello.
Yeah, he's essentially an amateur private detective who takes on small cases. And recently he got a case looking for a missing kid. We narrowed the search down and found this abandoned house where this weird guy was staying at. We decided to go there to see if there was a connection, and the guy, turns out there was. I already described it in the blog, but I managed to piss the guy off and get him chasing after me while Tony stayed there and called the cops. This guy was just crazy fucking strong. He was on some kind of steroid or something. I don't know.
Was he on PCP?
I don't know.
Okay.
And just when the fight was getting intense, he just vomited blood and died, basically. According to the police, his heart exploded. And another weird thing I noticed was I got a look in the window while we were passing by the house, and I saw this really tall, bald guy in black clothing I didn't get a look at his face, but I don't know. The police didn't find anything in there except for the kid, so... Well, anyway, not long after that, we decided to throw this party with some of our other friends. And while I was on my way home from the party, I was almost killed by a truck. And then you remember the collector person who saved me, right?
Yes, I do.
Collector Sue, or however it's pronounced. He is basically some kind of paranormal investigator working for something called the Archive. He saved my life, and then he's staying with me right now for a little while. He's not here with us at the moment. He said he was going to meet up with this guy going by Martyr Beta, who I've heard is a total badass. I'll believe that when I see it. Anyway, I also encountered this other weird guy. I'll get to him in a little bit, but the next day he started talking to me about local gang activity, and we managed to find these guys called Timberwolves who were meeting up in this abandoned store. Sue tried blending in with them to try and get some information on what they wanted in the town, and then the building kind of just spontaneously burst into flames for no apparent reason. So I ran in, got Sue out of there, and I also saved this other guy, one of the Timberwolves. He actually wanted to stay there and let himself die. I basically dragged him out against his will. And while we were on our way out, I freaking saw this guy in a gas mask and that same guy who was in the house, the bald guy in the suit, just squaring off with each other. I didn't stick around long enough to see what went down, but Sue seemed pretty panicked about it. Well, after that, sorry, it's just so crazy I have a little trouble remembering what order all this shit goes in, but Sue found this letter I received from a guy named Benjamin Malcator. He told me a bit about Malcator, saying that he was basically a former member of the Archive who betrayed them and basically went rogue, and that I shouldn't be trusting the guy. Not that I trusted him anyway. The guy sounds like a crackhead from what he said in the letter. He said that I'm basically being stalked by eldritch abominations. wish that was actually a lie. So, next day, we went to see the Timberwolf in the hospital. He was pissed at me, so I left while Sue interrogated him. On my way out, I ran into one of my old friends, Justin Fearon, who was supposed to have been dead for over 2 years now. He conjured a friggin' gas mask out of nothingness and told me that he had been immortalized within the Archangel. I have no friggin' clue what that really means. But when Sue got out, he dragged me away from it, saying that he'd explain everything later. And while we were fleeing, I ran into the tall motherfucker, and this time I actually got a look at his face. Except there was no face. Sue dragged me away from that guy, and I'm not really sure what came over me, but I turned back to him and said, "The vision still exists within the demigod." I don't know why I said that or what the fuck it meant. Anyway, Sue explained that the Archangel and the Slender Man are the two things that I saw, and that they're basically demons who torment humanity. I have no idea whether or not I should believe any of this bullshit, but he says that this beta guy can help us. I don't fucking know. Why don't you give your input?
My input is he's fucked. That's all I'm gonna say. He is fucked.
Don't tell me you believe the Eldritch bullshit, dude.
I don't believe any of that shit. But he's still fucked. If it's real, he's fucked. If it's not, then it's just a bunch of bullshit that somebody made up. And actually, this is Tony signing off.
Yeah, well, I guess that's it. We'll just wrap the video up, post it to YouTube, and we'll see you motherfuckers later. Peace out.